Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. All right, now the Don's come out with a few extra tariffs, more specifics, really, and that has had little impact in the market. And that's what I expect in the future, right? The market becomes desensitized to these sorts of things, and he's just reiterating what he's already said. The key part is dollar firms on Ukraine tensions, right? The whole peace talks looks like it could be falling apart, and the RBNZ has already cut by zero point 0.5. Now, let's just have a look at the markets, the way they're setting up, right? Because today we do have some key UK inflation numbers. If anything, like the dollar's just clawing back a few gains. And that's sort of across the board. Dollar CAD, nothing really on the CPI numbers. Um, Euro sort of testing downside. Sterling's had a pretty good run, but most of that move was on the back of like a weaker dollar, right? Today we have UK CPI. So to me, it's got a very big chance to go straight down if we get weak numbers. Aussie looks like it's struggling, and the Kiwi, well, they cut by half, and looks like they may have more to go, right? So that's sort of just generally the picture of the technicals. Now, let's just have a look. Come over to the live trade hub. Once again, just to remind you that everyone's welcome to join the live trading session on the UK inflation numbers today. It's looking like it's going to be pretty good because there's lots of things happening now. You may not know it by just looking at the charts I just went through, but they are lighting up like a Christmas tree. Okay, euro down, sterling. Well, short term, it's still just going up, but everything else is going down. If we get weaker UK CPI, that'll be down, and it is game on to the downside. Aussie and Kiwi already look soft. And then out of the dollar pairs, you've got the dollar index, okay, going up, which is no surprise. Euro going down, and dollar Swiss. Well, it's bullish, and just momentum hasn't turned. And when you see that, all you need to wait for is short-term momentum to turn, and you've got a nice trade there on dollar Swiss. So, like, there's lots of opportunities, is where I'm getting at. Now, today's key macro event, right? UK CPI. Now, there's a couple of things here. You've got the month on month. That out of all these three numbers, that's the least important, right? The year on year, obviously the key number, 2.8. The range, 2.4 to 2.9, right? And that comes into play with the scenarios, and I'll give you those in a minute. But one thing that I want you to keep an eye on is the services CPI, right? That was blamed for a lot of the inflation across all the developed world over the last couple of years. So to me, the services CPI, even though historically it's not the key one, could be the go-to. Now, what are we looking for here? Okay, so sell sterling outcome below month on month below minus zero point 0.4. Now, if everything comes out expected and that's weaker, like it's the least important, but it is there. CPI year on year 2.4. Below 2.4, we're selling sterling. Okay, same with the services PMI. Now, our ideal outcome is having all these three things going like outside the range here. And you know what? At least two of them. That would be ideal. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you're buying sterling. Okay, if the month on month is above minus zero point 0.1, the year on year above 2.9, and the services above 5.3. Now, this is how it's sort of shaping up, right? Because it's very interesting. Like sterling, right, is already trending very nicely against a basket of instruments, right? You're looking to buy sterling Aussie, sterling Kiwi, sterling CAD, sterling Swiss. Now, the RBA and RBNZ both cut rates. So, of course, that makes sense. So if we got stronger numbers, it means the Bank of England aren't looking to change rates anytime soon. So sterling Aussie, sterling Kiwi are a standout. Canadian CPI, pretty neutral. So makes good sense to be buying sterling CAD, and sterling Swiss just looks good, as does selling euro sterling, right? The only sort of trade here I could see on a weak outcome, like where we got sort of clear, like trending instrument, is sterling against the dollar, right? Now, if we get weaker numbers, right, doesn't mean these pairs over here can't go down. They will, right? But what we're looking for and what I'm trying to identify are the instruments that have got a trend. These ones are all going up. And that's why if we get stronger numbers, they're an easier trade, right? If we get weaker UK CPI, and I've got a feeling, from talking to some friends over in the UK, it's not all going that great. Crime's up. There's no one's got any money. Cities are going broke, like Birmingham and a whole range of things. So I don't know. I just feel like there could be a turn, and selling sterling against the dollar would be the easiest option. Okay. So just to reiterate, it doesn't mean you can't be trading these on weaker numbers. It's just they have a trend which is the opposite way that works with a stronger sterling. All right. So that's where we are, guys. Don't forget, this is going to be pretty good to give you a good detail around what's going on. The So let's just see how it comes out. Yeah, I mean, I was just checking the times there. I think they're right. I'll double check those, but make sure you do click in and reserve your seat. This is going to be pretty exciting. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.